Okay, so we're going to do a few examples from 5.1. And so the first one we're going to do is 315.754, and we want to write it in expanded form. Then we want to write it in the combined whole number part, and the sum fractional part. So we kind of want to have basically this is a mixed fraction, and then we're going to pronounce it. Okay, and I think before we go to combine them together, we'll write it out as kind of the pieces and go from there. So expanded form, we're going to have 300s, so that's going to be 300 plus 10 tens plus 5 ones plus, now we have 7 tenths, so it's going to be 7 over 10 plus 5, well, 2 spaces is hundredths, so it's going to be 5 over 100, and then plus 4 over 1,000. Okay, so again, whatever position it is, you put it over that number with that number of zeros. So 1 and that number 0. So 1, this is 2 zeros, so we'll have 2 zeros, and this would give us the 3 zeros, 1, 2, 3, which is 1,000. So now we want to combine the parts and some fraction, and so what we're going to have is we're going to have 315, and now we have 754 over 1,000. Now, if we make that a mixed fraction, then all we have is 315, 754 over 1,000. So that would be 315 and 754 thousandths. Okay. And, and then we also could say, okay, what is the mixed fraction? Well, we'll take 1,000 times that. So it's going to give us 315,754 all over 1,000, and that would be our improper fraction. Okay. Now to pronounce it, well, that's going to give us 315 and 754 thousandths. Okay. And so that's how you would say it or pronounce it. All right, so here we want to convert to a mixed fraction and an improper fraction. So we kind of did that on the last one. So if we want to do this as a mixed fraction, we just write our number 781. And this is tenths, so it's going to be just over 7 over 10. So that's our mixed. And improper, we take 10 times that, so it's going to be 7,810 plus 7, so 17, 7,817 all over 10. So that's our mixed, that's our improper. Now what about this one? Well, we have 120, that's going to be our whole number, and then 581 thousandth, because we have over 3 decimal places, so that's going to be 581 over 1,000. So that's going to be our mixed fraction. To make it improper, we'll take 1,000 times that, so it's going to be 120,000 plus that, 581 all over 1,000. Okay, and so that's our improper fraction, that's our mixed fraction. Now down here, what we want to do is convert it to a fraction and reduce it. All right, so what do we have? Well, that's going to be 72 hundredths, so 72 over 100. Well, with this one, let's just go by twos first. So 2 will go in here, 36. 2 will go in here, 50. Well, now guess what? We can go 2 again. So that's 36 over 50. 2 will go in here, 18. 2 will go in here, 25. Now we can't reduce anymore, so that's just going to give us 18 over 25. Now here we have tenths hundredths, so we have 6 over 100. Now the only thing that will go in both of these is 2, so 2 will go in here 3 times, 2 will go in here 50, and so we end up with the fraction 3 over 50, which is the same as the 0.06. Okay. All right, so now we want to round a couple numbers. The first one we're going to round is 53.697. We want to round it to the 10th. Okay, well the 10th is that position right there, so that's our rounding digit. This is our test digit. Well, that's definitely greater than 5. So we're going to round that up, move it up by 1. So it's going to be 53.7 and drop everything else after that. And now we've rounded it to the 10th. And when it says round to the nearest number, the 10th or 100th or 1000th, what we need to do is be sure that's the last number in our final answer. Well, the 10th is the last number, so we're good there. Now we want around 49.397 to the nearest hundredth. Well, the hundredth is that position. This is then our rounding, our test digit. Well, 7 is greater than or equal to 5, so that means we're going to round this one up by 1. So that gives us 49. But when you round that up by 1, that means that's going to become a 0 because that's going to be 10. So we're going to add that to 1, so that's going to be 40. So we have to kind of think about that because 39, we're going to add up 1, and that gives us 40. And so that's what we have to put here. And because we want it to the hundredth, we have to go ahead and keep that 0 there because we're rounded it to the nearest hundredth. And so that's how we would end up with our answer there, 49.40. All right, so the last thing we talked about was comparing decimals. And what we want to do is look at all the different digits. So let's not even worry about adding zeros. Let's just see what we have first. Well, we have a negative 15. We have a negative 15, so those are the same. Then we have a 1, an 8, an 8. Then we have an 8 here, and we have a 7 here. Now, since they're negative, again, that's going to be our key determiner. If the number is larger, that's going to be the smaller number. So 8 is larger than 7, so that means this one's smaller and this one's larger. Now on this one, what we have to do is we just kind of, again, go through, but now we're looking at positive, so we want the larger one is going to be the larger number. So we have 0, and we have 0, and we have 0, and we have 0. And then we have a 4, and we have a 0. Okay, so notice only 2 zeros here, and then we have a 0, but here we have a 4. So that 4 is greater, so that one number here is larger than this number here. All right, now to the last one. Again, we're back to negative numbers, so the one that has the larger number is going to be the smaller one. So here we have, our 3 zeros, so we have our 3 zeros, and then we have the difference here. We have a 5 and we have the 7. 7 is greater, so that means it's a smaller number. And so it looks like all of these are going to be less than. So the numbers in the right column here are going to be greater than the numbers in the left column. So hopefully that will help you.